Now, opening a corporate bank account in Singapore is one of the best ways to secure your company's finances with a safe and well-run bank. In fact, banks in Singapore are some of the safest in the world, on equal footing with the top banks from Switzerland, Liechtenstein, and Luxembourg. In today's video, we're going to cover opening a corporate bank account in Singapore for non-resident individuals, as well as offshore Singapore companies, foreign companies, and local companies owned by non-residents. But before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get alerted every time we post new account opening opportunities. To help you get started with corporate banking in Singapore, we have a free non-resident banking starter guide. It's designed to help non-resident and foreigners open bank accounts. So don't forget to download your copy using the link in the description below. In our past videos, we've detailed banking in Singapore for specific client groups, including non-residents and BVI companies. So if you're after a personal bank account in Singapore, you can get started by clicking the link in the description below. And if you're looking to open a bank account for a BVI company, try heading to our website, globalbanks.com, for more information. Let's start by taking a look at opening corporate bank accounts in Singapore, remote opening options, bank selection, and how to find the best banks to approach. Here's a few of the important things to know on opening a corporate bank account in Singapore. Firstly, your chances of opening a corporate bank account in Singapore ultimately boil down to how much you're willing to deposit, your business's profile, and the shareholders and directors of your company. In other words, it's possible to open a corporate account in Singapore as long as the bank sees you as a valuable, transparent client that's worth dealing with and able to pass due diligence. Of course, you'll need to overcome some obstacles, and it doesn't hurt to have a direct introduction to a motivated, responsive banker that genuinely wants to bank your business. Here's a great question to ask yourself before you get started. Will your business be a profitable client? Now, determining whether a business will be valuable to a Singaporean bank is actually kind of easy. First, are you ready to deposit at least 6 figures into an account? Second, will you invest any of that money once it's in the account? Or, number 3, will the bank be able to generate fees from your banking activities? If you answered yes to these questions, then you'll have a shot at opening a corporate account in Singapore. In fact, if you approach the right banks and bankers, you might even be able to open a Singapore bank account remotely, but we'll get to that in a little bit. One of the key things to remember is it's important to know how your business profile will be viewed by the bank. Banks in Singapore are well regulated, well capitalized, and have strong balance sheets, and they don't need to take any unnecessary risk. So when opening a corporate bank account in Singapore, your business is going to be put under the microscope. Keep in mind, Singaporean bankers have seen it all, and the due diligence process that your business will go through will uncover any discrepancies, risks, or unsavory activities. For these reasons, Singapore is best suited to businesses that don't engage in any high-risk activities, which include gambling, regulated activities, online dating, and the other usual suspects. If your business is involved in a high-risk industry, feel free to message our team to learn more about your other options. Next, we come to shareholders and directors. One of the most important considerations when opening corporate accounts are the shareholders, directors, and beneficial owner or owners of the company. These individuals will undergo the same detailed scrutiny that the business will be subjected to when opening corporate accounts in Singapore. Through this process, banks will assess your citizenship, residency, internal databases, and even open source information. Now, much like other banking jurisdictions, Singapore is sensitive to individuals and businesses that are incorporated in, operating from, or transacting with countries that are either blacklisted, graylisted, on the EU list of non-cooperative jurisdictions, or considered high risk. Now, can a foreign company open a bank account in Singapore? Well, opening corporate bank accounts in Singapore is not only reserved for Singapore companies. In fact, if you're the owner of a company from a foreign country or even an offshore jurisdiction, you can still open an account in Singapore. Now, with that being said, not all Singaporean banks accept foreign companies. So you need to do your homework, know which specific banks to approach depending on where you and your company is from, and what your initial deposit and transaction activity will look like. Likewise, if you have an offshore company, certain banks will require additional due diligence, have different requirements, or onboarding processes altogether. Now, with this in mind, the best way to ensure success when opening a corporate bank account in Singapore for a foreign company is to choose a bank and banker that have opened for companies like yours in the past. And now we're going to talk about opening corporate accounts in Singapore remotely. So if you're unable to travel because of a global pandemic, or simply find yourself on the opposite side of the world, well, you'll be happy to know that it's possible to open corporate bank accounts in Singapore remotely. You just need to know which banks to approach, which specific account opening strategies to use, and which bankers to deal with when opening accounts. Now you might be asking yourself, what exactly is an account opening strategy? And this is something that we talk about a lot at GlobalBanks. And depending on the country and bank we're referring to, it can mean a range of different things. When it comes to Singapore, our team has outlined 3 proven strategies that allow opening corporate bank accounts in Singapore remotely. These include 100% legal methods to apply for bank accounts without ever visiting Singapore, which will obviously save you thousands of dollars in travel expenses. Now, we share all of these strategies with our premium members, GlobalBanks Insiders, inside our Banking in Singapore report, which is available online at globalbanks.com. Now, to find the best business account in Singapore. And much like opening accounts in any jurisdiction, there is no best bank that is for every person or business. Instead, your focus should be on finding banks that help you achieve your banking objectives, that have the services you need, fee structures you can afford, and actually want you as a client. For example, the best bank for a Singaporean tech company is going to be completely different than the best bank for an investment holding company out of the British Virgin Islands. Similarly, the best Singapore bank for a Hong Kong trading company is completely different than the best Singapore bank for a Greek shipping company or a one-man online business in the Marshall Islands. Now, with all that in mind, let's take a closer look at the considerations we've already mentioned, including the perceived value of your business, your business's profile, and the profile of your shareholders and directors. Then, find a bank that will not only accept you, but will also provide the specific services you're interested in and you can realistically meet the requirements for. Now, are you ready to open a corporate bank account in Singapore? Well, if you're ready to start opening a corporate bank account in Singapore, then we'd be happy to help you on your journey. All you have to do is join our flagship service, GlobalBanks Insider. With GlobalBanks Insider, you'll get instant access to our entire archive of banking intelligence reports. Access to the GlobalBanks database, home to more than 250 banks from 50 plus countries, including detailed bank profiles, client preferences, and a whole lot more. Finally, you'll also get real-time analyst support from our team of experts, ready to answer your most pressing questions. To get started, just click the link in the description below to learn more about GlobalBanks Insider. And before signing off, don't forget to hit subscribe so you get alerted every time we share new banking opportunities. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.